When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I feel like last episode was a pillow talk.
Yes.
So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Checked it out. That was definitely fun to record about our good friend Derek Jackson.
Yeah, I got a lot of feedback from that, actually.
You did?
Yeah, I did. But I think some people are going to try the voicemail feature to give their feedback. So
I like that.
So they can end up on the podcast, too.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get that in pretty soon. But yeah, I guess aside from that, like, let's catch people up on the last, couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, the most recent, I guess, is that your cousin is in town.
Yes.
So we've been like chauffeur, kind of.
Yeah. So
why are you making that face?
I love my family. I mean, what face?
Yeah.
But nah, it's been an interesting little hosting scenario. I feel like we've been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah.
We had some other friends come in town
but we didn't have to host them.
Yeah, but you're the host. Like, Jackie set it up so that when they walked in, like, it looked like an Airbnb almost because it had like a welcome sign on the bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. I thought you meant like just going out with friends.
No.
Them
I'm talking about like literally hosting. Yeah.
Yeah, they were on the podcast too. I'll link them up here. The Mayons.
But yeah, so we got to chill with them. Did like a movie night.
That was cute.
Yeah, we hung out. We did a movie night.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but we didn't have to host that, so that was nice.
No, I like going to events and not having to like stick around and clean up all that.
Right.
So we got to do that.
Wow, I just caught what you said.
But
you're usually a part of the breakdown crew.
I am.
So I guess
I am.
You deserve a little break.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So aside from that, we also got to hang out with some of my other friends that came in from out of town, in town, kind of. So
yeah,
it was my college roommate Jerry and my other friend Rosie. We went out this weekend, and it was pretty cool. I feel like we got some good laughs in.
Yeah,
we kicked it. It felt
I didn't feel left out.
Okay,
I didn't.
Oh, you mean
I was there, but there's some stories that I was like, yeah, but I didn't feel left out though.
Okay, because that's always different.
Y'all did a good job.
So it was like 3 college friends and then Jackie, but it was like a good little blend.
Yeah.
Because the last time,
I know them though.
Yeah, that's true. The last time we hung out, it was me, my college roommate, and another one of our friends, minus the Rosie who showed up this time.
Okay.
And you didn't go to that one.
No.
I mean, that was fun too, but
that was at Red Rooster. Yeah,
I went to Red Rooster, and yeah, I mean, we kicked it. It felt normal-ish.
What you mean?
Because like we were out, like we've kind of gone out, but I'm talking about like.
You mean COVID times?
Yeah, like going out with other people, and like seeing people smile and seeing their faces and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like not from behind a mask or whatever. So.
Yeah, there are some clients that I've been working with that I don't know what they look like, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like one person sent me a picture of them at the wedding that I did the dress for, and I was like, oh, they're so pretty. Like, I didn't know. Like, but she looked good too, so I don't know if she was just it's a pretty picture. But I feel like we are starting to go out a little more.
Yeah.
And start to do normal-ish things. So yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. And I guess now, like, things kind of progressing. I've been thinking more about the vaccine. Mm-hmm. So I know it's something like we've kind of talked about. We haven't gone like full force.
We haven't really talked about it.
That's true.
You just told me you're going to get it. And I was like, oh, well, you put my name down for a waiting list.
Yeah.
And I'm not like 100% sold yet. But
yeah, like if Jackie wasn't hesitant, we would be like half vaccinated by now.
But you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the point of me getting vaccinated? You not getting vaccinated?
Because you're vaccinated.
Anyway,
I eventually most likely will. I just don't need to
saying.
do it today. Like, I don't feel the pressure.
I just figured we do it at the same time. I just don't see the point in not doing it at the same time.
That's on you.
So I just need you to hurry this whole process up. I don't know.
That's on you.
What the holdup is.
I don't feel like that's the thing. I haven't done any research. Like we've just been in the house, and they literally just got here like 3-4 days ago. Like,
I mean,
we just got the vaccine, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I've done the research." Like, what research?
I talked to medical professionals. So I talked to my primary care doctor.
You spoke to one doctor.
I spoke to my primary care doctor, and he made me feel real comfortable about taking the vaccine.
Of course he did.
Nah, but I feel like he gave me like, you know, of course he gave me his professional opinion, the one that they probably pay him to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I also felt like it was a little genuine. Like the things he said made sense. And he was saying, and I felt because like a lot of the information that we get that's negative about the vaccine, we get it from like non-doctors.
Right.
So that was one of his things was like, I mean, you're taking medical advice from people who aren't doctors, who didn't go to school for this.
Yeah.
You know, they know how to search things on Wikipedia and WebMD, and they feel qualified to like give an opinion. So
maybe I should talk to my doctors.
Yeah, do that. If you want, I'll give you a number to a good doctor. You can speak to him, get a little referral.
No, I'm good. I like my doctor.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's something else new. I got a new primary care doctor.
Oh yeah.
He's Haitian, so I think it wasn't like my goal originally, but I kind of like stumbled into it, like, oh, he's also Haitian. Like I did, because this is the first time I've, like, as an adult, where I've like researched my doctor.
Based on my research.
And then so all right, so I've been changing a lot of things. Like I changed my dentist. Oh yeah, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. We'll go to that next.
So many things. Okay.
Yeah. So, like I don't know. Sometime this year we kind of go for like, yeah, it's time for me to find a dentist that's closer, find a doctor that's closer.
You're not a Miami boy no more.
Yeah, and originally, like when we got married, I started going to Jackie's primary care doctor.
Yeah.
Who was a woman, and no knock against like female doctors, but I feel like I needed a male doctor at this point. Like I'm an adult, want to hear a male perspective.
Yeah.
And then I was able to find.
And that was the doctor that my mom found for me, so I'm now going to a new doctor.
Yeah. So Jackie actually first gave me like a list of like 3 or 4 doctors. It's like, yeah, so I did some research and I found, because
I was looking for Black doctors.
Yeah.
Black male doctors? I guess. I feel
like
they were all men.
All the ones you sent me were male.
Yes. But they weren't all Black, but majority of them were.
Those are
I think they all were.
Yeah, I think they all were. And then I kind of did my research and like, all right, this guy, you know, he's on this board, he does this and that. Yeah. So I could kind of tell. And then so I ended up going to this doctor in Hollandale, which is a lot closer to us. And yeah, I mean, that was like, I mean, I don't like the doctor. I don't know people who really like going to the doctor, but he was like, he's young. So it felt, I don't know, like a little more personable for me. And I felt more comfortable talking to him. Like, I don't know what it is. So like, you know how most doctors, they come in the room and they're like standing up and you're sitting down and kind of almost like talking down to you.
Yeah.
So at this point, like we were both sitting at the
he got
table
eye
almost.
level.
Yeah, it was like eye level. And I felt like he saw me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was really listening to me. And then we even like looked up some things on the internet together. Like it felt very like personal care. I didn't feel like he was rushing to get me out the room to get to the next patient.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that. And I mean, one thing about COVID that I like is just the process of going to the doctor.
Yeah, it's been
way smoother than before. So yeah, so I did that. And then I got my wisdom teeth taken out. So this has been like years in the making.
Like our whole marriage.
Not the whole marriage. Maybe the last like 3-4 years. And I've been completely putting this off because they don't hurt, right? So I never had any issues with my wisdom teeth, but the one in the back left, I knew it for a while, but it came in like at an angle, and at a weird angle where like it only partially broke through my gums. So it wasn't like the full tooth was sticking out. And it created this like weird pocket, and food could get stuck in there, and it was just like annoying. Yeah, it was just annoying. And then finally, like, I've had 2 dentists look at it. One, my previous dentist was telling me that I needed to go see an oral surgeon and how complicated the surgery was to remove it. And I did end up going to see an oral surgeon. I think about it. And then, they were talking about putting me to sleep and doing all this stuff.
And I think they were talking about a lot of money too.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a decent amount of money. Right. It was over $1,000 to get it done at that point. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up putting it off because I was like, I don't feel like spending $1,200 or whatever it was to get my tooth removed. Like it was
just one tooth.
Yeah, it was annoying, but it wasn't $1,200 annoying. So I go to this new dentist, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that needs to come out." And he's telling me the procedure, and he was like, "All right, let's schedule it for in 2 weeks." And I was like, "Oh, you can do it in here?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah," because my last dentist told me that you're gonna have to put me to sleep because it sits on a nerve, yada yada. And he was like, "Oh no, I can do it here, no issues." He was like, "We'll just give you laughing gas to kind of like ease mellow me out." Nah, it's not to ease the pain. Oh. It's really just to mellow you
out.
Make
you chill, yeah.
And then I was talking to the little nurse, and I asked
the little nurse?
Yeah, she was a little. I mean, she was the nurse.
That's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
So I talked to the nurse, and I asked her, "Is this like the laughing gas that you see all the kids on YouTube when they get like dental work done and they start just talking funny and stuff?" And she was like, "No." She was like, "If you drink, this really won't help you." She was like, "It only gives you like a light buzz for people who are light drinkers or whatever."
Got it.
It'll give you like a buzz. So I was like, okay. So that made me nervous. I was already nervous. I mean, I'll skip through most of it, but I heavily reconsidered pulling my wisdom teeth after I got my wisdom teeth pulled. It was so painful. Like, it didn't hit right away because when I left the office, I was still like numbed up.
And they gave you medicine too.
Yeah, but I had to wait for the medicine, and the wait got extended because of, I don't know, Walgreens incompetence.
Oh.
So like they told me to come back at.
But they gave you something when you left the office. It just wore off by the time we got the medicine.
Yes. Yeah. And it literally felt like somebody hit me in the face with like a sledgehammer.
Yeah. And I got my wisdom teeth pulled out when I was in high school. So I didn't remember all of that. Like I knew it hurt like maybe the first day. And then the rest of the time, it's like the rest of the healing time is just uncomfortable. But the way he was acting, I was like, I don't remember this. Like I did this during spring break and I was back to normal. And I got 4 teeth pulled out on the same day.
But I think yours were probably like easy extractions.
Why
not?
Like because I remember her literally yanking my face.
I mean,
like,
probably, but
jerking.
Were they able to take your teeth out with one piece?
Not all of them.
Because mine, I know.
I think they had to break one.
This one, they broke it into like 3 or 4 pieces, and I got stitches. You said you didn't get stitches.
I don't remember it.
But yeah.
I remember having holes in my mouth.
Yeah, but I had to get stitches because they actually cut my gum open. They didn't just pull it out or whatever.
Got it.
So yeah, I feel like she tried to make me feel like it was like I had to like Google, like, is it just me? Like, am I?
I felt like I was having a time. Like the first day, it was like, okay, this sucks, and then like it's just a bunch of spit and stuff, and then the rest of the week, it was like. Soup isn't that bad. Ice cream isn't that bad. Like, I'll be okay.
I'll save you the particulars, but like, my mouth is open that wide. So I don't know why that's so funny, but in order to get the extraction done, they had to put like a block pretty much or something in between my teeth to hold my mouth open, and that really like set my jaw. Like it locked my jaw for whatever the 30 minutes. That it took to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
So by the time they took it out, like my jaw was super sore. And my jaw like already locks now, But for it to be locked that long, it was super painful. Like I feel like that's what took the longest to heal was the pain from like my jaw. Yeah,
not even
not the tooth,
not even
not the extraction point. It was the jaw. Like you don't realize how much you need your jaw until you need it.
Like my face when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, literally one side was. Do you remember that picture I sent you in high school?
I think so.
It was out to here, like just one side. I looked deformed, like crazy, and he was fine. So I was just like,
but I also did a great job icing.
Yeah,
like I was real consistent.
I don't remember if I iced.
I remember I was real consistent with my icing, and we spent a lot of time talking about my teeth.
We did.
I didn't expect to do this.
We did.
But yeah.
But yeah, so now you have a black dentist, a black doctor.
Yes.
And they're closer. So that's cool.
I feel complete now.
Yeah. What else? I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see. You guys let us know if you guys got the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Any side effects, anything like that.
Yeah.
What that Jack can make a decision because I already know what I want to do.
I mean, my dad got it already. And he's fine. So yeah. It's just like long term. I don't know what that means for the long term.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. But anyway, we have what do I usually say? Make sure you subscribe and subscribe on YouTube. Watch us there. We always post videos there.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
And
at Michel Matters.
Yes. And you can follow me on Twitter at Coach_JOX.
Yes. And then rate us on Apple Podcasts.
And go to our merch site and buy some merch.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many ways to support.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get it done.
Let's move on. All right. So for this episode's Michel Matter, I'm so thankful we're finally getting able to speak to this lovely woman today. We were actually introduced to her story, I think last year when we were at your parents' house.
Yeah.
And mom came in the room and she was like, have you heard about this lady? I don't know what she was listening to. But she was like, she was deported to Haiti and now she's doing all these great things for the people. And I was like, no, we never heard of her before.
And my mom like waits for your uploads. Like,
yes,
her and my dad was like, did you see the new one? And I'm just like, what are they talking about?
But as soon as we got home, I was like, I have to look her up. So I looked up your YouTube and I've been subscribed ever since. So today we have Marie from Life in Haiti on YouTube. Hi.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
I guess real quick.
Hello, everybody. Hello, you all. How's it going? Especially, thank you.
We have a little bit of a lag, so if you hear like we're a little disconnected, that's why. But yeah.
Yeah. So my first question was, I guess tell the people a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get started on YouTube and how this whole thing started? Because at least for me, you're pretty big on YouTube. So
yeah,
I definitely want to hear your story.
Internet.
No, it's not cooperating.
Can you hear us?
Well, yes, now I can.
Okay.
But how Life in Haiti got started, and I want to thank you all so much for choosing my story to be a part of your platform.
Yes.
That means a lot to me. One of the number one thing that motivated me to start Life in Haiti with Marie is because I was deported back into my country. First off, I didn't dream of sitting in Haiti at no time in my life.
Right.
And once I got the news that I would be returned back to my country, it was the worst news at the time. But I had given my life to God and I didn't understand where he was taking me or what he was doing with me. I can remember the first day I walked into Haiti, I knew exactly what he was doing to me because I love people and I love taking care of people, animals. And the minute I stepped foot in the country, he's placing people into Haiti with certain hearts and certain passion. And I knew I was one of his soldiers in Haiti.
Yeah.
That moved me to use my voice. And I knew I could because I grew up in the States. I know how to read and write English where I can reach an audience that my peers could not. So
Yeah.
I decided I would just vlog. And I didn't know where to start because, remind you, I had been away from the world. I did 13 years. Didn't even know how to use a touchscreen phone. There was so much I did not know how to do. Yet I never knew. I heard of YouTube, but I don't know how to use YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm not only starting from just a vision.
Yeah.
That's just to show you how awesome God is. Okay.
Right.
But I don't even know how I'm gonna use these equipments.
So let's back up a little bit. You said you obviously you came from the States back to Haiti. So you were born in Haiti but raised in the States? Is that what happened?
I was born, yes. My parents migrated to Haiti on a political asylum back in I think 1994. So I was under 10 when we migrated. So I had memories of Haiti, yet, traveling at such young age.
Yeah.
There's only so much, the people. So that's how we end up in Haiti. We got political asylum, and I went to school from elementary all the way to high school in the U.S.
Okay. And so when you got to the U.S., you stayed in the same state, or like what state are you from?
I'm from Houston.
Okay.
We came through Florida, but my dad absolutely didn't want us living in Florida. That's always been his dreams. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, Dad, how'd you hear about Houston, Texas?
Yeah,
you always where he wanted to raise his kids. Even when we were,
you don't hear a lot of
Haitians. You don't hear a lot of Haitians, right?
Right.
But even we were in Haiti, and he would just daydream with me. Houston, Texas has always been where he dreamed of what a white picket fence was. And he actually got us all the way there. So very proud of you, Dad. Love you.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's somebody that I admire a
lot. We don't have to stay on it too long, but eventually, you said you got deported to Haiti, and that's kind of where you are now. But what caused that? Like what got you to get deported?
Well, I ended up going to prison. My friend and I ended up committing a crime. We were young, didn't kill nobody, but it was wrong for what we did. And both of us went to prison for a long time. And I think when you're dealing with the state of Texas system, you have people that's of different hues or with certain class, they kill people and do different things and do way less of time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was charged with robbery, and I ended up doing 13 years on it.
Wow.
And upon that, my co-defendant, she is American, so she wasn't facing deportation.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a double standard for me because not only did I spend so many years in prison, work so hard to get out of prison to reunite with my family and loved ones, my children. And I got a whole nother sentence. At least that's how it felt at the time to begin with.
Gotcha.
So what was that like? Because like you said, you went from, you were young when you went in, and then you get out, and as soon as you get out, you get deported. Like so much time had passed, so many things had changed. Like what was that shock like when you got out?
Well, my brother, to answer that question, that's one of the reasons why I'm an advocate for Haiti. Before I go, I heard about all the big grand things which had changed and stuff that had took place, and from visitation and talking to peers coming in and out of prison, and I came, I did not see any of that. It was actually, if you ask me, and I like to keep it real, in 2006, when I walked into prison, Haiti is not even near at that stage. It is so backed up. Mm-hmm. So the change I knew in my heart had took place, yet I wasn't physically living that change. Yeah. It was different. It was different. It was pretty hard to adjust to because a lot of my peers, people, family members, my mother, who I reunited with at the age of 36, they were not tuned to technology. They didn't know. They didn't have touchscreen. And for the few that did, they wasn't even good with using it, let alone, what I daydreamed of, like my 14-year-old teaching mom, but I didn't, you couldn't get that. So as far as it was a major change, and the change was physically from what I imagined the world to be like. It was worse. In 2006, when I left Houston, Texas, Haiti is not near there.
Yeah.
And when you landed in Haiti, you also, I mean, at this point, you don't really know anybody in Haiti. So I think that made it even harder. At least listen to your story. Right. I thought that was, wow. I was like, to get deported and not even know anyone, it's like dropping somebody off in the middle of nowhere and telling them to survive.
Yeah. So what was that like, uniting really with family and friends of family that you didn't know?
My first day arriving in Haiti was a very difficult day for me emotionally. I had not met my biological mother, and I was meeting her for the first time. And as I've how she looked, that day was overwhelming for me. I felt like I was going to a different planet. I had all sorts of feelings to where I stopped feeling. I had, being in prison, it teaches you certain self-survival tactics so you don't drive yourself crazy. Prison had prepared me in many ways for what I do and how I live in Haiti. So the first few days, that day especially, I had to impose those tactics that I had learned, and that was to emotionally, there was no emotions. I had to stop feeling. And I'm one that always talks to myself. I had to deal with it and come to terms with, I always look at the glass half full. Mm-hmm. Other people were living, even though it would be difficult for me to live, but I will live. I will get through this. And the way I think, I wasn't just going to get through this, but I was going to be an asset to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I really liked about.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah, I think that's something I really liked when I heard your story. I watched your video was, at least from, I don't know what the time gap between when you landed in Haiti to when you first started recording, but for me, somebody would feel like hopeless. But when you were recording your videos, I felt hope. Like I could hear hope. You sounded excited. Like, I mean, what happened in between when you first landed and when you started recording for you to be like that? Like, it was encouraging.
Well, in between, I came to my mother, and my mom's living below poverty, abject poverty. I mean, using the restroom in a bag poverty.
Wow.
No access to water. and we got to go out and get buckets. I knew instantly now was the time to not focus on what I didn't have, to not focus on myself, because now wasn't the time for that. And coming in, I was a sign of hope for her. So in the back of my mind, I was always trying to learn technology and making it my business to stay focused with the task at hand, and that is to bring a difference to my community. So I started on Facebook, doing simple things. I would work with kids, which is one thing I love. So since the first week, even if it took getting out there washing dishes with the kids so they don't feel like they're slaves. I got out there and I did that with them.
Yeah.
I just started using my brain a lot more, and I started networking. And of course, I thought when I was in prison, I prayed more than ever, but I found myself continuously praying in Haiti because there was a lack of security. I no longer had a guard. My family didn't have a guard. Um, and I ended up meeting Philly Dom, awesome brother. And also had a team too that I work with, Brother Love in Haiti, his brother, I met Mike, and they were familiar. They spoke English. They were deportees themselves. So as I started meeting those guys, and it was like, okay, there was that lack of hope in some of them. And I was like, hey, we got this, let's look at our assets.
Yeah.
And, God said, you have not because you ask not. Why? The book of James let us know that a lot of times we ask for our own selfish gains. Let's use what we have to bless others. And nothing you ask for that God won't give to you.
Yeah.
With that, I ended up meeting Philly Dom. When I met Philly, Philly is already a YouTuber. And when I shared with him my idea, he's like, come on, what you waiting on? Let's go. Let's do a video. Let's do this. And now all my little ground hard work is started paying off soon as he and I started working together.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, y'all see where life in Haiti's at. We just celebrated 10K.
Yeah.
I could not have done this. Nothing but God. Nothing but God.
Yeah. How is it getting people on camera in Haiti, right? Because you actually show us the streets, and that's like what I love. Like you actually show us what's going on over there. How is it getting people on camera? Do they know kind of like what you're doing? Are they comfortable with you?
I'll tell you, it is. Yes, I can now. It is a difficult task being a YouTuber in Haiti. Our peoples highly dislike cameras. So whenever they see cameras, I'm telling you, they think the worst. Which, I'm one that always think of the other's point of view. I can see why they feel that way. So,
right.
But one of the things that I try to make people understand is, and I'm an advocate for our country. I love the people of our country. I love our country itself. Whether I show a video in a good or bad light, it is to bring awareness to it, to bring about change, to bring about help. And there are certain things that is so bad that I cannot show. Either one, I feel me alone, we cannot make this change. So I don't go anywhere unless first God sends me. Second, we can make a change. Certain projects are so heavy that I would like to introduce to my audience, but we just don't want to focus on the bad light of Haiti. The objective is to show the good, bad, and the ugly of Haiti. And with that, I just try and make people comfortable and let them know, yeah, you may see my cameraman, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
First, I have to be transparent because I have people who reach out to me and help me complete these projects. And I'm held accountable to show my peoples where are they money going and what exactly are we doing. So constantly, even if I go to a kid in school, I ask that school that did me my life in Haiti people's money. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I guess this is a question about living in Haiti, right? So as a woman, how has it been adjusting as far as like getting your hair done, like simple maintenance things, right? Or getting things for your cycle or whatever the case may be. How easy or hard is that in Haiti?
Well, one thing about Haitian women, they're beautiful women. You be surprised. Some of them can't eat, but girl, you can't tell from the way they coming through, okay? They looking nice.
Right.
So me personally, I'm not a high maintenance woman. Actually, I've never been to a beauty shop since I've been in Haiti. And that is all honest, hands down, my sister.
Because you switch up your hair.
Yeah, I do. And a lot of times, like today, I did my own hair, but my little sister, she would braid my hair.
Okay.
She's trying to do a little shop. So, but me physically, I tell you what, beauty shops is expensive. I genuinely feel like I am not gonna pay $100 US at a beauty shop in Haiti just to get my hair done. And definitely have never owned a lace front. My heart won't allow me to go buy a $400 hair. Right. It just won't, my sister. When I have a desk that's full of problems of other people's and the problems that the other people have, I'm not gonna put it on my hair. I'm just that's how you see me with braids a lot, cheap hair, and 90% of my braids are my viewers. My hair, braiding hair, my viewers sends to me. You know, they figured out from early on that I love braids. So when they send stuff, they're like, "Here, Marie, this is for your braiding hair." So, but other than that, cycle stuff, you find it. But it's not of the best quality, but you find it. And weird that you asked that because we need to educate so many young ladies about sanitary napkins, tampons, stuff like that, because it is still like not the whole country for most of my peoples that are listening that are Haitian, but you still have a lot of our people that still like using the white like towel like. So but yeah, it's pretty easy. They have a lot of nice shops in Haiti. The only thing about Haiti is it's pretty expensive to live a simple Walmart life.
Wow.
So that's the disparity. It's not that Haiti doesn't have access to the simple things. Yes, they do. But they price it so high to where the average person will always feel like they don't belong. They cannot afford that. You know, so that's the problem. They feel so something that we will get at Walmart, $2. They bring it to Haiti, it's now $18. I'm like, okay, you do have access to the normal things. So you coming into Haiti and you want to know, does Haiti have this, they have that? I would tell you, my sister, bring it with you, ship it in ahead of you when you know you're coming. Why? Because something as simple as 99 cents in America, I guarantee you pay a minimum of $10 for it here. And to me, I just think that's just a way to suppress the people, to never allow people a chance to be modernized.
Right. So we always hear about how Haiti soumise, right? Like all the time. How exactly, talk to us about some of the projects that you're doing there. Like you've shown on your videos that you were bringing mattresses somewhere and you're sending kids to school. Like you're doing a lot of things. So talk to us about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, for the most part, we've done so much with LifeinHaiti, and I that it's not enough because the level of problems in Haiti is surpassed 100. It's just a lot of need in Haiti. But the exact project you're talking about, that lady have had someone that watches LifeinHaiti had been reaching out to me for the longest. And in every story, of course, I got to be moved to go there. And one day I just decide, from all these pages of story, I'm going there. Then one of the things that broke my heart was the fact that, like many, I hate bashing our people. This is not a bashing our people session, okay? Mm-hmm. So for the listeners and you, I just want you to be open-minded. A lot of people in Haiti, okay, they became complacent in their not having, that they stopped searching to have. They gotten lazy and just waiting on a hand from either people from the States, anybody, okay? Mm-hmm. But when I got to her, what touched me was the fact that she didn't have, but she never focused on what she didn't have. She took care of her whole family. And that in itself inspired me because it's pretty much what I do. I don't have much in Haiti, but I'm willing to give what I can. And I don't mind carrying everybody. And I know that God's going to make a way. And for her story, they did not have anywhere to sleep. The father, who had been paralyzed by a stroke for many years, I think 22 years.
Wow.
And really probably simple therapy could have gotten him back to normal, But we know there's a cracked medical system, and he remained paralyzed to today. Where he lived, walking up to that house, okay, the road there was just so dangerous. I could not imagine somebody with his type of disability living there, but that's where they could afford. So, of course, that story moved me. We granted them a table, mattresses, and an abundant amount of food for the time that the country should be shut down. I just did not. The objective is for us to help people. And I wanted to make sure that if she wanted to use her little food to do a small business, that she had enough. And she also had enough for her and her little family to eat. Yeah. Another project I have so many of them. You can ask which one you want. I tell you one of my upcoming projects that I'm working on outside of putting the kids, steady sponsoring kids. I have an area, Cité Soleil in Haiti, pretty famous area, yet not famous for the best things in Haiti. Mm. But I think a lot of it has to do with the people being forgotten in that area. Mm. And I went there to do a project. And actually, I went there to build a restroom for elderly women. With that project, the neighborhood basically approached me, told me some of their problems. Believe it or not, there was a whole little community, and I think the lady I was building a restroom for, none of her neighbors even had a restroom in their area. Nobody had a restroom, so she was the only one. She was very thankful. She also approached me about, seeing if there's a way we can provide clean water for the neighborhood because they did not have access to clean water. Another organization donated a water tank where they go in and pump the water. A lot of the children has been drinking that water and been getting sick from it. So that is a project which I know for bare minimal would cost us some change, but it will be a project that is well worth it, and a whole community will be blessed from it.
Wow.
So with the project like that, like how are you funding them? Because I mean, just coming from Haiti or coming to Haiti, you don't. I guess you didn't have a job lined up, or like I know it's probably been like difficult to get by. So how's all that coming together for you?
Now that I am a YouTuber and I'm monetized, I've been monetized, so that's my monthly income.
Okay.
Good.
So I get a check every month from YouTube, thank God. But before that, I looked for a job, no matter what my assets would have been or could be to the company. I could not find one. So that is why I'm dedicated to showing you all the world through Life in Haiti with Marie, showing you all Haiti, at least to the best of my ability. And of course, as the days go on, we'll continue to do better. My goal is to eventually open a business in Haiti because Haiti is a lot about business, doing your own business. That is how entrepreneurship is big in Haiti. You
Yeah.
can become your own boss. You can be as successful as you want to be if you work hard. So
Yeah.
that's how I get by. And family, friends was how I got by before that. But now I'm a YouTuber and I get a check every month.
That's great.
Yeah.
With all your projects and upcoming projects, like how can people who are listening, how can they donate? How can they help? What are your plans? Because I know you're always gonna need more people to help you out, and how can they do that?
I'll, what I'm going to do is make sure you all get the link through Cash App
Okay.
um, for Life in Haiti. I sent it to you all. And we also have a GoFundMe. I will send that to you too.
Okay.
And if they would like to donate to any project, I hope and I pray that they'll be moved to donate.
Of course.
And we're not asking for much. It could be $1, $2, $5. With the amount of followers we have, and every day the channel is growing rapidly. So we'll be a dollar from each person. We not just only complete that project. We go in, we complete
Yeah.
a lot, believe it or not.
I mean, I think just the way just the way your life has been going has been encouraging. Obviously, I'm sure there's struggles and you felt down at times, but the way that you turn it around is so encouraging to see. So in the end, do you feel like God did this for your good? Like, do you feel like there was a change even in you as a person?
Mhm. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I I now understand he did that for a reason. Number one, I'm gonna tell you, I miss my children and I miss my immediate family who I was raised with. But outside of the security issues lingering above your head 24/7, I love Haiti.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity to go back to the US, I would go back to work and be a bigger asset to my country. I wouldn't live there.
Okay.
Now, everybody battling a lot right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm telling you, the weather is to die for, to pay for. Haiti itself is gorgeous. I eat great.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Natural stuff. You know, I love Haiti. I genuinely do. I wish that the economy was better, that everyone was able to work and take care of their family. I think that would eliminate a lot of crimes. We know crimes is everywhere. Let's not just pinpoint and say it's just in Haiti. No, America is the biggest first world country. Crimes are there every day, okay? But it would give people the opportunity to have something to do instead of just sitting up conspiring on their next victim.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, but I do believe that God brought me here for a reason. And I thank him because he has made me a better woman. I have a newfound, profound appreciation for life, for people, for people. And I don't know if I was in the US, girl, worried about this $400 hair and nails, and
Right.
if I would, you know, sometimes you be so much on yourself, girl, you can't get off yourself to think of somebody, get off yourself so somebody can jump on, you know?
Yeah.
We be so much into ourselves sometimes when we have all of these amenities, you know, whatever we call them, you know. But living in Haiti just made me a better version of myself. And it gave me a purpose and a reason to be a better version.
Yeah. I think I definitely want to contact you, you know, when all of this is done to see how, as Haitians in America, we can kind of help and give back in that way to Haiti, because we talk about it all the time, but there's no connection there for a lot of us because we didn't grow up there. We grew up in America. So we'll definitely have that conversation offline. But before we go, I want you to give people a little bit about like the beauty of Haiti that you were talking about. If somebody comes, you know, what have you seen? What beaches have you seen that you love? You know, we only see like the poverty. What is some of the beauty that you can highlight?
Some of the beauty is our food. Okay. Number one, natural food, the weather, the beaches. When I say the beaches, a lot of times most people associate Haiti with just Port-au-Prince. But you got all surrounding parts. You got Jacmel, you got I've been to Maury, and I did a video on Maury. I went to Miagwan. I did a video on Miagwan, just how beautiful it is in those different parts and different areas of Haiti. You got Cap Haitien, Les Gonaves, Saint-Marc. There's so many, and these areas right now may have a little bit of noise, but nowhere near like Port-au-Prince does. So we associate Haiti with just Port-au-Prince, with the writing, all that. There's more to Haiti. Just Haiti itself is green. It is gorgeous, just the air, my sister. Being a Haitian American, you come to Haiti, and I'm your host. We take you to different parts of Haiti. I mean, it's so breathtaking. I'm like a blonde when we are traveling out of town. I'm like, stop the car. No, this is not Haiti. You know, and people are looking at me like they don't even appreciate their country like that.
Wow.
It's no longer beautiful to them because they see it every day. And I'm like, oh, no. Where is my you know, I video this. I want the world to see the air. you can just like have a picnic right there,
Right.
It's just beautiful. So when I speak on the beauty of Haiti, these are the things that I am speaking on about, in Haiti. The people too. The people are pretty friendly. They love foreigners, okay? They do. A lot of times we hear about a lot of the crimes that's happening. A lot of the crimes that are happening are not happening to people that are coming into the country. They're, they're happening to people that's right here with us, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen to people coming in. You must be extra careful, because if they assume that you have something, you look different, smell different, you can make yourself a target in the wrong area. But those are the things that's the beauty of Haiti, actually enjoying the island, seeing what the island has to offer, going to some of the historical sites. I've yet to do some of the things I'm sharing with you. I'm planning on doing it myself. And when I do, y'all gotta check out Life in Haiti with Marie.
Of course.
Subscribe so you can see the upcoming upload.
Yes.
That's right.
So that's a good place to end. I want you to shout out your YouTube channel, Instagram if you use it. And of course, while you're talking, I'll probably put down your Cash App and GoFundMe links on the bottom. So go ahead.
Okay. You all kindly check out Life in Haiti with Marie on YouTube. I also have a Facebook for Life in Haiti, which is Life in Haiti, Life in Haiti. My name is also on here, so you can check me out on Facebook, Marie Saint-Belize, and see some of the beginning stuff. I'm also on Instagram, Life in Haiti, I think _.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm hardly on Instagram. Be patient with me. Y'all know I'm learning, so that may not even be the correct link.
We follow you there, so we'll put.
Okay, so if you know it, share it. Like I say, I'm not one of them that really thinks I'm all that. Every day, you all, it's a blessing to be alive. Every day, I am learning. I'm a work in progress. Nothing but God to see the things which we've accomplished, because I can't say I don't have a brain, because I won't take that away from myself. But there's so much that people do, like drinking water and take it for granted, that for many of us, we still don't know in this country. Now, a lot of people know, because my people say, don't talk about it. No, I'm not saying all of our people don't, okay?
Yeah.
People in my situation, that's just coming in, still learning on the daily, and being around a lot of people who doesn't have access to the big things that a lot of high-class Haitians may have, but I'm learning every day. Please check out Life in Haiti, you all. And let's continue this movement,
For sure.
Can't do it by myself, that's for sure. So I need you all to get on board too. Get on board. Get on the love train.
We got you.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll link everything, and for sure, I'm gonna connect with you because now we're on WhatsApp. About how to do
Michel Matters, I would like to invite you all to Life in Haiti.
Okay, we're down.
And that would be a great, great, great show.
Okay.
And it would also tell my audience about, you all too.
Okay. Cool. I like it. All right.
So don't mind sharing my stage. My house is your house.
Let us know when.
All right.
That's right. I will.
All right, sis. Well, thank you so much. And we will talk soon. Okay?
That's right. Yes, we will. God bless y'all.
God
Bye.
Bless you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Be blessed.
All right, guys. So for this episode's business spotlight, we are spotlighting the Artklub. It's at _Artklub with a K on Instagram. And you guys know that I have a little, because I'm a part of the Big Brother, Big Sister program. And so it's been interesting. Like we still haven't met in person. So it's been interesting.
That's crazy.
I know. You know, getting to know her and like doing little virtual events or whatever. So this was an event that came up in my email. And we had done a vision board party before. And so this same company or organization who was running that decided to do like a virtual paint, and it wasn't sip, but virtual paint party. So like a lot of young, teenage girls were on there with their bigs, or aunts or moms or whatever. And so it was really fun. It was like $20. And then we got all the supplies. I just dropped it off at her mailbox and then, made sure she had everything. And they gave us like snacks. They gave us like a little, that fruit, not fruit. It's like fruit punch, but in a pouch. You know, those pouch juices?
Like Capri Sun type?
Capri Sun. Wow. I haven't had a Capri Sun in a while.
Did you forget?
They gave us like a Capri Sun with like a bag of chips, and it came with the easel with what we were going to paint, and then obviously like some like 4 or 5 colors. It was nice. And then they had a DJ at the Zoom situation. So if you have, my little is like 12. And, that's like a weird stage where they're very hard to impress sometimes. But she had a good time. So if you're looking for something to do with your niece, your daughter, your sister, or whatever, during these crazy times, you can just get the paint party to your house. And this is a South Florida owned business. I believe it's woman run, Black woman owned, and we'll put all the information below. And I think my drawing came out okay.
It did. I liked it.
Yeah, I tried to do like the curls, like a weird technique. Yeah, I just never know like what to do with those paints. Like if we do paint and sip, like we've done those before. Yeah. And then it just sits in the closet. Like we never hang them up.
Because mine look terrible.
I don't think they do. But it's just like, why do we need 2 of the same sunset paintings on the wall? So they're just like in the closet somewhere, but it's fun to do. And you can probably hang them up if you find like a cool space for it. But But yeah. So look them up and you can have your own paint party at home.
All right. Appreciate it. Another episode in the books.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Bye.
Peace.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, aye. Double off deuce, aye. That you might work, aye. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, aye. Double off deuce, aye. That you might work, aye. That you might work. That you might work.